Okay, now let's look at the cart page. This is our cart page mock-up. The continue shopping button takes you back to the category page. The proceed to checkout button takes you back to, or takes you forward to the checkout page. And we have this mock table that doesn't really do anything yet. So let's go ahead and fix that. Okay, I think we're not going to do any more work on the header. Let's just close out some of these files. The controller servlet, I'm going to keep that open. The category page, let's close that one out. Keep the shopping cart open. And clean this up a little bit. Okay, so we want the cart page. What I would actually like, let me go back to this page right here. What I'd actually like is if the shopping cart is null. Okay, so if the shopping cart hasn't been created yet, in other words, no add to cart button has been clicked yet during that session, or if the number of items in the shopping cart is 0, I would actually like this to just print a message saying your shopping cart is empty. And then just give me the continue shopping button. Okay? And only if the shopping cart has at least one item in it do I want to display both of these buttons, the subtotal and the table. So let's see if we can do that. That should make things a little bit easier too. So I don't know if I need this single column div here. That might be just kind of a stray thing from the Affable Bean project, but I'll leave it in there for now. And I want a choose form, a JSTL choose form. And for this one, even though there's only one when condition, almost all of this code down here, the table and all that stuff, that's going to go in the otherwise part. So I want to say when the shopping cart is empty, so when we have an empty cart, or when, okay, so that takes care of the cart being null. Okay, so or if the cart number of items equals 0, that's my when condition. And if that occurs, I want to say your cart is empty. And actually I want that to be kind of prominent, so I'm going to give it a header of H2. And then I do want the button that goes back to the category page. So I should be able to just copy this and paste it there. Okay, and otherwise that's when I create my table. So I'm going to move all of this stuff. Let's see what I have here. Okay, so there's a lot of work to do because this is a mock table with hard-coded items in it. All right, but we're up to the task. We're going to do this without checking things first. I'm just going to cut that and paste it in there. All right. That looks good. And let me go ahead and format that. And I think I'm going to need to make this take up the whole page here so I can get the big picture. Okay, so otherwise your shopping cart contains 3 items. So we know at this point that the shopping cart is not empty, it's not null. So we can access the number of items simply by saying cart number of items. All right, and we have the cart buttons there. I don't think they change at all. And the subtotal, certainly that is going to change. So how do we total up all of the items in the cart? Well, we have a handle to the shopping cart, and I believe, and this is where we're going to have to look at shopping cart. This is get number of items, and this is get subtotal. So the subtotal is the sum of all of the items in the cart, and if there's 2 of some items, it will take that into consideration. So all I have to do is use the property subtotal here on cart, and I didn't want to do that. So I can create cart.subtotal. Okay, so now here's the cart table, and this cart table style is pretty extensive. It even does the alternating gray and white rows, so I shouldn't have to worry, hopefully, about changing any styles in here. But the titles, I need to iterate over these rows. So actually I am going to collapse this now, and I'm just going to use a JSTL for each statement. And the collection is going to be cart. What is it going to be? It's going to be cart items, I believe. Let me just check that. Okay, so here's the shopping cart, add item. So get item gets me the list of shopping cart items. So that's what I want. I want the property items. So cart.items I want as the collection there. Okay. So let's see, where was I? I was right there. I'm going to put that JSTL for each there. So the collection is cart.items. The current item of the iteration is just item. I don't want to fix number of iterations. That looks good. Okay, so really I probably only need to copy 1 row into here, and that should, in fact, I'm just going to cut that row. And in fact, the only thing I got to remember is this ×2 here. So we'll try to keep that in the back of our minds. And I just want to cut these other rows here. Just want to delete them so they're not in the way. Okay, so we're going to have as many rows as there are items in the cart. This is obviously the title. So that could be replaced with cart. Oh, I'm sorry. So item is Where is that? Item is my item. So that is a shopping cart item object. All right. So the shopping cart item object, which is here under cart, that has properties like book. Okay. And basically, once I get the book, I can have access to all the book fields. It has access, it has property quantity, and it has property total. Okay, so let's make use of those. First of all, here, item, and that's going to be a shopping cart item. So I want the title of the book here, so I know that book is a property, and once I have the property book, I know that title is a property of book. Okay. I can do a similar thing for price, and I need that $sign, and I kind of need to do a double $sign there, and I think that should work out correctly. So this is going to be item book price. Okay, so let's just see what we have so far. Let's see. Again, we didn't mess with the controller servlet, so let's go ahead to our application and reload that. Our cart contains 4 items. That's great. Subtotal 5096. We've got the curious incident of the dog in the nighttime. So one of the things I missed was that multiplier. So if the number of items in the cart is anything other than 1, then I want to write the multiplier in there. So let's go back, and basically that's going to be in price. So let's see, what do I want to say there? I want to say, I think I just want an if statement, a JSTL if statement here. And the condition is if item dot quantity is greater than 1. I believe that that's going to be the condition. Do I need a variable name? I do not think so. Okay, and actually let me just put this down there because it'll only add a space since it's HTML. And if this is true, I'll put that over there. If this is true, I want to put in parentheses times and then the quantity. Okay, so if it's greater than 1, I want to put times the quantity there. And that in parens. And let me see what that looks like. Okay, so the curious incident of the dog in the nighttime, I ordered 2 copies of that. All right, so that's like $13, $17. $13 times 2, that's about 30, 43, 50 something. Okay, yeah, about $51. So that looks correct.